Trump came here, back with another video. And today I'm going to talk about the top 10 mistakes guys make with Japanese women when they get to Japan. The top 10 mistakes most men make when they get to Japan. Or maybe you're probably living in Japan, or maybe you met a Japanese girl somewhere else. Maybe in America, maybe in Australia, maybe in the UK, somewhere. And it's understandable that, especially if you're moving from the North America and moving to Japan, yeah, you're gonna make some mistakes dating Japanese girls. That's understandable. To say that you won't make any mistakes or you shouldn't make any mistakes would be unreasonable. Now, that's why I'm going to share these mistakes with you today, because I actually made these mistakes when I first got to Japan. So, number one, most men think that all Japanese girls are created equally. They think that all Japanese girls are easy. They think if they slept with one Japanese girl within the same day or the same week, that the rest of the Japanese girls, they assume that the rest of the Japanese girls are going to be the same. That's not true. What you're going to find is it's just like being in America or being in any country. Based on my experience, and I've traveled around the world, so some women are just different. Some women move faster, some women move slower. It has to do with you more than her, because you're the man. So maybe she's fascinated by you, and you got some women, they're not. They probably won't give you the time of the day, which is cool, and that's just how it is. So it has to do with you more than her. That's just my opinion, and that's based on science, really. But number one, most guys think all Japanese girls are easy. Two, you got to be a leader. You got to be proactive. Don't just lay back and sit back and act like things are okay, or act like you don't know what to do. Don't do that. Which brings me to number three, is you gotta be clear and state your intentions. Don't let things happen by chance. And you gotta always know where you stand with the girl. Are you just something to do? Or, what type of person is she? You got to ask questions. You just can't sit back and play it cool all the time. There's a time to play things cool and sit back and relax and everything. But sometimes you got to know their intentions and state your intentions. And which brings me to my next point, is you got to be yourself. Don't try and be Japanese. Don't try and be anybody else. Just be yourself. If you're from America, act like you're from America and own it. Don't say you're from Canada and but you're really from North Carolina. No. Wherever you're from, however you were raised, you got to own it. Don't hide who you are and your past. So just be yourself. And which brings me to my next point is no, most Japanese women, I mean, most Japanese people just in general, they don't like public affection. That's something that's kind of embarrassing to a lot of Japanese people. Believe it or not, they don't do public affection. Most women don't take public affection very well. I'm not saying all women, but the majority. Now they might hold your hand walking down the street or something like that. That's the best it's probably gonna get it in public. There's no kissing, not too much hugging, not too much of that in public. Now some women do, of course, but you you're gonna have to feel her out. If you're an affectionate type of guy like I am, you're gonna have to feel her out on that one. But I'm warning you, most Japanese girls, they don't do public affection because it's in their culture not to be that way in public. So that's just that that goes back to religion, their religious beliefs, and what they practice. It goes back hundreds of years, man. So you gotta respect that. And don't assume anything. When I first got to Japan, I was young. I was in I was like 20 when I went to Japan. I assumed that just because the girl slept with me, that we were cool, or maybe she liked me, or whatever the case. Don't assume shit. That might be a one-time thing, just a one-night stand, or just a good time. Don't assume just because you hang around her one night that she's gonna be calling you next week, or y'all gonna be spending a lot of time together after that. No, don't do that. I've learned the hard way. I learned not to put a lot of value on people, and I expect very little from people until otherwise proven. So don't. And that was a hard thing. One of the hardest things I had to kick. That was a bad habit that I had. I used to assume that everybody was just like me, that everybody had the same morals and values that I had. But unfortunately, that's not the case. So don't assume shit, and don't move too fast, and don't move too slow either. Because coming from North America, we have a tendency, especially if you're from up north, to move very fast and swift, and you got the gift of gab, and you can talk to girls and be aggressive at times. That's going to scare the average Japanese woman away, and you probably that would embarrass her around people. She wouldn't know how to take that. She wouldn't take that very well at all. And on the other side of the coin, you can't move too slow either, because if you move too slow, she'll just assume that you want to be her friend. And I don't know if you know this, but if you don't know it, you will. In Japan, well, even in America, but just Japanese people in general, they hang out with guys all the time, but there might not be anything going on. Most of the time, there's nothing going on physically, sexually with the guy. most of the time, if you see like say 2 or 3 girls and one Japanese guy, most of the time he's just around for convenience or protection, or just to make sure they're okay. And then he'll usually just take off after a while. Or, it's kind of weird because, and it might be kind of weird to you because in America, if there's a guy and 2, 3, or 4 other girls, in most cases, the guy is usually interested in one or sleeping with one. But when it comes to Japanese people, it's not like that. It's not like that. Not like that at all. Really, I mean, and it's a small. In most cases, the Japanese guys are not sleeping with none of those women. They're just buddies, just hanging out and shit. It's a very different situation. Trust me, it took me a while to really, get that. And another thing, don't try and put a wedge between her and her friends. Don't be in competition with her and her friends. Don't try to pull her away from her friends and don't want to let her out. Trying to keep her in the house, and don't get in a battle of me versus them or me versus your mom, because you're gonna lose. Just from my experience, if the friends or the family likes you, that's usually a good thing. That usually means, from their perspective, that you're good, you're safe, you're somebody that they can hang around, and they'll look out for you. If you need any help, they'll help you out, whatever the case is. Whatever you need, they'll try to help you out. So yeah, don't play that game. But for the most part, the Japanese women are very easygoing. Yeah, I think they just have to like you though. They have to like you. You can't be like being in America. You can hang around women all day, and they won't like you. You'd just be something to do, for the most part. But in Japan, or if you meet any Japanese women, for the most part, if she doesn't like you, she's not going to hang around you at all. Period. I mean, she has to think that you're at least decent or okay or something for her to even leave the house to spend time around you. I mean, if you're trying to talk to average Japanese girl out in public, in a public place, if she doesn't like you, if she's not attracted to you, she's not going to talk to you at all. She'll, walk off or put her head down or do something to get away from you. To distract you so she can get away or whatever. But she's not going to be rude or anything like that. But once you find a girl that likes you, everything is pretty, it's pretty laid back, healthy, easy. They're very easygoing women. They the only thing that I dislike is this video is getting a little long. Maybe I'll do a part 2 of this. So subscribe to my channel and go to my blog at truejewelrelationship.com. See you in the next video.